Okay, perfect. So, hey folks, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to a very important session, which is our Thursday live stream session. So, just in case everyone knows about this, so after a long time, I'm doing a live stream both on YouTube as well as Insta. So, sometimes YouTube viewers might be feeling that why is Rachana looking there and talking? This is when I'm talking to my Insta viewers, and this is when I'm talking to my YouTube viewers. Okay, I thought today is eating mango. आत्ताच खाल्ला होता आंबा दिसतंय का सॉरी ओके so Saurabh says is it raining? Yeah, it's a little bit in Pune, not much as such. Okay, so we are not going to waste a lot of time. Even I have to watch the match. Okay, but because I had promised that whatever is the outcome of the monetary policy, I am going to discuss that. It's a very important discussion. I am going to keep it as short as possible, but I'm sure that with this short discussion also you will surely get a lot of knowledge. Okay, so if you heard about this, uh, okay, yes, okay. So I just have some key points which I wanted to discuss. I'm sure everyone, those who are keeping track of the markets, you might have seen this that monetary policy was discussed yesterday, and everyone was of the opinion that yes, there will be an increase in the repo rate by 40 basis points. Now, what do we mean by 40 basis points? That's nothing but 0.4%. Okay, it's a way of saying this 40 basis points. It's what? 0.4%. Okay. Now, why is monetary policy required? I request all those who are from Instagram, who are watching this stream on Instagram, as far as possible, don't chat anything right now. Focus on whatever I'm telling. It's super important. LIC वगैरह सब बाद में देख लेंगे. Okay, पहले stream ध्यान से सुनो. You will be in a position to understand what is a monetary policy in a much better way, right? So coming back to the discussion, monetary policy basically is a tool which will help the government to control what? To control growth and inflation. Now, you might be like, why would a government want to control growth? So it's not actually controlling growth. They're wanting to have good growth, but not at a very high inflation. Unfortunately, the problem is that the relationship between growth and inflation is exactly inverse. If government wants to target higher and higher growth, then not exactly inverse I can say, but I'll tell you in this way that if the government says that okay, inflation is very high, okay, I want to reduce the inflation, then with that the growth will also reduce. So I should say direct, I said inverse, sorry for that. So if they want to control inflation, inflation will come down, but with the cost of going the GDP also going down. And if the GDP increases, then simultaneously the inflation also increases, right? So keep this very well in your mind that increase in GDP will lead to an increase in inflation. Decrease in inflation, if you want to target that, that is going to lead to decrease in GDP, right? So with this, now let us understand what was the stance. So typically they call it as the stance of the governor. Okay. Now when I talk about the monetary policy, hi Brushali, whenever I talk about the monetary policy, you can classify the monetary policy either as an expansionary policy or a contractionary policy. Okay. What do we mean by expansionary policy? That is when the government gives more importance to growth, to GDP rather than inflation. And when government says we are opting for a contractionary policy, it means what? Okay, growth, this, that happens, but more important is what? We want to bring inflation under control. Okay, so we have to understand this quarter. I mean, for this quarter, yesterday when the monetary policy was discussed, what was the stance? Was it expansionary? Was it contractionary or what? Okay. Acha, when does this monetary policy happen? It has to happen at least once in a quarter. Okay. Now you might be like, acha, once in a quarter. So this if it happened yesterday, that was surely for the first quarter. Then why was a monetary policy also held in May? So typically the May monetary policy which happened, that was like a surprise, that was not planned as such. So that is the reason why whatever came out of that monetary policy, that came as a shock to the viewers of the monetary policy, and that was the reason why markets did not react very positively to that. Okay, but yesterday's monetary policy, everyone knew that it was going to happen. Agreed, number one, and everyone in the market had thought that, okay, an increase in the repo rate by 50 basis points is what we believe this is going to happen. Okay. So everyone had there in their minds, and typically, all these market gurus will say that markets had discounted that. Markets had discounted that means what? Markets knew that there's a great chance that the repo rate will increase by 50 basis points, and that is what happened. Repo rate is now increased to 4.9%. It has increased by 50 basis points. What about CRR? CRR was at 4.5%, and even after yesterday's meeting, it is same at 4.5%. In short, there is no revision in the CRR. What about the Monetary Policy Committee stance? Stance is very important. Those who are watching on Insta and those who are students, you must understand that there is something known as the stance of our governor. His each and every single word will be listened to very carefully. And what was the stance in the May CRR is? Who is that? Jigar.10 I007 cash reserve ratio. Okay, we are not going to go into that basics. Okay, so if I'm talking about MPC stance, they mentioned that we are going to remain accommodative. Okay, accommodative means what? We will still prioritize growth, but we are also going to focus on withdrawal of that accommodation. These were the words on 4th of May. I want everyone to pay attention. Whenever I'm talking about a scenario where the monetary policy is actually told, each and every word is listened to very carefully. When he says that we are going to remain accommodative means we are still going to prioritize growth, but while focusing on withdrawal of accommodation, right? This was the stance in May. Now, what was the stance in June? In yesterday's meeting, he said that the focus will now remain on withdrawal of accommodation. So there is a slight difference, right? In the previous month, he was like, focus is on accommodation. We will focus afterwards on withdrawal. This month, yesterday, he said, first and foremost thing he said, the stance is to remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation. So now he's not going to prioritize on growth. Why? He's going to prioritize on decreasing the inflation, and that is good. Inflation, they're trying to control, they're trying to curb inflation. Not yet really successful, but they're trying to do that. But with this, what can happen is the GDP can get hampered. Okay. Now he also put up some statistics for how is the domestic demand and imports. So it was mentioned that, in the previous meeting, so I'm comparing, right? I'm comparing what happened in May versus what happened yesterday's meeting. In the May meeting, he said that urban demand appears to have maintained expansion, but weakness in rural demand. So he said, okay, urban demand seems to be good, but rural demand not so good. If I'm talking about yesterday's meeting, he said urban demand is recovering and rural demand is also gradually improving. So he was not really worried about streaming smoothly is what Suresh says. Okay. Everyone, please let me know. Okay. Insta people, you're not facing any problem, but I guess YouTube viewers are saying that it's going pretty bad. Oops. Okay. All right. Anyways, chalo, I hope the stream for YouTube will. Insta is okay, is what Ritesh says. Tell me for YouTube, is it not streaming nicely? It's bad. Okay, no one is still answering. I'm not sure whether you are buffering. Arre. Net issue. YouTube breaking. YouTube is slightly lagging, but can't be sure. YouTube lagging. And I was not. Arre yaar. Hopefully you'll be able to see it properly. It's smooth, says Suresh. Yes, streaming is lagging. Okay. We lost the entire session, says Shiva. Don't tell me, Shiva. Hopefully you'll be able to watch it nicely, because this got nothing, ma'am. No for whom? नंतर नाही ना. नाही, बट मेन मी सगळं शिकवलं तर पूर्ण लॅगिंग होतं, बट आवाजच नीट ऐकू येत नव्हता. That's so bad. Okay. All right. Feels bad. YouTube is not smooth. It's fine. Okay. Okay, cool. I think it's it's because of चालू है slightly lagging on YouTube. Okay, rain, maybe it's because of the rain, I don't know. Anyways, uh, I think YouTube is buffering a lot because of both streaming at a time. That might be the problem. Okay, anyways, I want your opinion. Do you feel that we are in a recession or not? So I had asked this, I had gotten this answer from almost everyone on Insta, not on YouTube as such. Uh, yes, I want your answers. If you can give me in the comment section. Uh, Recession is prolonged period of negative growth in real GDP and rise in unemployment. Kya baat hai? I got a big answer on Instagram. Uh, Okay, perfect. ठीक है. Chalo. So with that, let me just tell you everyone that right now our entire our economy is not that bad. People are talking left, right, center about India going into recession. It's not that at all. I am going to release a video in the coming month, and in that I'm going to tell you very clearly about what is the exact meaning of recession. Then we are also going to talk about uh, how do we measure that, what how on what basis can we conclude whether we are in a recession or not. Very important, we are also going to discuss about one stock which is a fundamentally strong stock and which can be like a recession proof stock, just in case you know. So with that as a basic discussion, let me just tell you few final points about US economy. Is US economy probably going to go in a recession? And that is something to watch, because in USA inflation is at a 41-year high right now, and their inflation is at 8.5%. That is March number. This is crazy right now in USA. Plus their real GDP growth is also not good. uh, नाही परत बफर होत आहे.
maybe mobile से internet वरनं mobile वरनं कर.
Okay, anyways, the the stream is buffering, but I think we are at the end of the stream, so Insta bhi chala jayega, ye bhi chala jayega. Okay. uh, so anyways, US right now is not in a fantastic position, but it's very important for you all to know that US, like we have our monetary policy meeting, there is a Fed meeting which is going to come up in USA. And okay, so the Fed meeting is going to happen on 14th or 15th of June, which is like USA's monetary policy. Okay, so not exactly a monetary policy, I can say. Like we have RBI, they have US Fed. Okay. Okay, US inflation data is also going to be releasing tomorrow, and the US Fed meeting is also going to happen on 14th or 15th. So keep a watch on that. Based on that, we will be able to understand what is going to be the scenario with US. And if US gets impacted, of course, India is going to get impacted, because finally, US is a big economy. And because of a big economy hitting a problem, there could be a possibility that comparatively smaller economies may face problem. Okay, so this is what I wanted to give a quick update uh, on the monetary policy. And I hope everyone is very clear that yes, main point is that because the repo rate has been increased, definitely loans are also going to get expensive. There is a great chance that even the fixed deposit rates might also go up. All right. Anyways, I'm a little bit disappointed with YouTube today. It was an important discussion, but YouTube has not liked it, and that is the reason why let's not pull it further. Many people from YouTube viewers are saying, "Ma'am, no problem. Please continue. We'll watch the recorded session. Thanks a lot." One final update from my side. So that was it about today's discussion, friends. Loans getting expensive, monetary policy update. I'm sure everyone wants to watch the match as well. So not go, it is buffering because you are streaming to YouTube and Insta. Possible, Ranjit. Next time I'll keep that in my mind. Okay. All right. So I guess this is it from my side. Wanted to just share mainly about the monetary policy update. For all those who are watching on YouTube, would just try to put up one YouTube shot on that, so that you at least get a very base gist, and maybe just watch this later. One last super important point is that everyone, I hope, is aware about the technical analysis course that I had taken. It is one of the latest recordings, and it has a lot of additional concepts which are not there in my previous session. And I have released that course, and today is the last day for availing an additional discount. The coupon code is CARRTA2022. I'm repeating, the coupon code is CARRTA2022. So don't forget to check out the course on my website, rachanaranade.com. And that's where you'll be able to see the latest recording, which has a lot of additional points. And just in case if you had enrolled for technical analysis 1.0 course, then don't forget that you can also upgrade to the latest courses, right? That's it from my side, friends. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye.